I'm going to I'm excited to share with you guys some tips on how to get started right and how to launch your business successfully. So I'm just going to share my screen and pull up my slides. If you have any questions whatsoever, just feel free to type them in the chat or just unmute yourself, and we will be able to just kind of take our time and go through them. Since we don't have a, since we don't have a call in an hour, so we have we'll have as much time as we need. So first thing I want to talk about tonight is extremely important, and it's something that every coach should practice to do. For me, I didn't really know what personal development was at the beginning. I was very lost when people told me that I needed to do personal development because I had no idea what they meant by that. I didn't really like to read. To be honest, I still don't really like to read, but I didn't know that there was options such as podcasts, YouTube videos, and audiobooks that were able for me to listen to. So when I started coaching, I listened, just gotta mute someone else here. I started to do a lot of personal development. And it was a lot to do with things that I needed to get over, right? Because when we start coaching, we have fear of failure. We have fear of putting ourselves out there. We have fear of rejection and how to deal with all people that are saying no. We have fear of what people are going to think about us when we put ourselves out there. So it's really important to be really strong in our own mind game and make sure that we're always on track with, staying on top of our own thoughts and our own emotions, because what we think and what we feel is what is going to turn into our reality. If we're scared, that's going to come off in our posts. If we have doubts in ourselves, that's going to come off in our posts. If we are, insecure about our abilities to be leaders, that's going to come off in your posts. So you really have to do just as much as we practice exercise and nutrition, you have to become very confident in your own belief and believing in yourself and able to do this business, because that is so important. And there's so many things that you're going to run into that are going to, make you think like, oh my gosh, what if this person said no, they're not ready to start yet? Well, if you weren't doing your personal development, you could let that turn it into a total whirlwind downward spiral for yourself, right? You could think, oh my gosh, no one's ever going to want to join me. No one's ever going to be ready. Why is everyone saying no? Why are these people not joining me? But it's really important to remember that it's not you, it's them. They're just not ready yet, right? So that's why it's really important to do this personal development and to really focus on your mindset when you're starting your coaching journey, and continue focusing on your mindset through your entire coaching journey. Every morning, I will share what I do every morning for my personal development. It's like clockwork. It's a very important part of my day. I wake up at 5 a.m., so I'm uninterrupted. And what I do is I grab my Energize, which I have right now before my call. I grab my Energize and I listen to Les Brown. And normally I love Les Brown. So if you guys don't listen to Les Brown, you should definitely write his name down and you should listen to him. A lot of the time what I do is I listen to him on he's just on YouTube. So, and he also has some podcasts, and he has lots of motivational speeches and stuff. You can find him pretty much anywhere. And I'll give you guys some other names to look for too. But that's what I do every morning, is I listen to Les Brown, because it's someone that I connect with. And I listen to him for about 15 minutes. After I listen to him, I write in my gratitude journal, and I write down some things that I'm grateful for. And that's really important too, because we want to focus on things that are good in our coaching life and things that are good in our personal life, right? You want to remember the things that you're grateful for. You're healthy, you have this amazing community. You want to remember all those things going on into every day. And then the next thing I do is this might sound weird to some of you who are new, but you will understand it as your time goes forward. I visualize what I want out of my coaching career, and I will put on a visualization song, and I will visualize where I want my life to be in a year or two down the road with coaching. And it kind of is hard to get yourself into because of the life distractions and everything going on. And that's why I wake up really early and do that. And after I do that, I do my workout at 6 a.m. And, having that steady routine for yourselves and making sure you're fitting in that personal development in your exercise, is so important. So that's something that I think you guys should write down and you should take very seriously. You know, like your schedule might not work the same as mine, but your schedule will have time for you to, you know, allot for a time slot for you to do your personal development and to write down some things you're grateful for. It doesn't take much time. It can take you 20 minutes out of your day, and it's going to move your business forward like a lot, because people who don't do personal development, they go like this. And and when I fall off the wagon if I don't do personal development for a week or two, for some reason with life going on and busy with kids, and I let it slip, my business comes to a standstill. So over the 2.5 years, I have definitely noticed that personal development is a key to success in this business. So I want you guys to remember that. Move to the next slide. My computer has been freezing and turning off, so I'm really hoping it's not going to do that on you guys. So Success Club. So I don't know if you guys know much about Success Club or not, but what Success Club is it's something that our business rewards us with, and it gives us tons of recognition and amazing prizes. So every month, a goal as a coach is to hit Success Club, and Success Club means helping 3 to 5 people every month with a challenge pack. Now, if you help 3 people a month, you're going to be at Success Club 6, which means that you've hit Success Club 5 is kind of like the minimum Success Club. And so that's a Success Club 5 is still really great. You're still getting Success Club. You're still going to get recognition. You're still going to get the benefits and the prizes. They give prizes to anyone that hits Success Club every month. And when you hit Success Club 5, you get free customer leads on your Beachbody website, which I want you guys to remember too. So what happens is when lots of people just go online, and what they do is they just buy Beachbody programs and products. They don't know that there's coaches available to them. So they just go online and they order stuff, and they're automatically assigned a coach. So those commissions from that sale still go to a coach, but the coaches that they go to are the coaches that are the ones that are hitting Success Club. So they're going to get those customer leads. And so from there, you have those people that you can follow up with, that you can talk to, you can invite to your challenge group, and you can, you know, build relationship with. If you help 5 people or more, you're going to hit Success Club 10. Now, this is where you get the commissions on top of those people that are buying those products. You're not just getting the customer, but you're getting the commissions as well. So they have like a cycle bonus wheel thing. So it determines on how much stuff you get every, or how much commissions you get every month if you're hitting Success Club 10. So it adds a couple $100 in your bank account every month. A lot of the time, that's what it is. If you're hitting Success Club 10, it builds. It's awesome. And then you're getting really good recognition as well. Sorry, my husband distracted me. He always does that when I'm on a serious call. And then also, when you hit Success Club, another really great thing from Success Club is that you get invited to the Success Club trips, which I don't know, a lot of you might have seen the last Success Club trip that we went on. It was in Mexico. And when you get there, it's a completely paid for Success Club holiday. It's all inclusive. It's amazing. You get to hang out with your team. They have workouts. They have Shakeology everywhere. They have food everywhere. It's a pretty amazing experience. So if you're hitting Success Club, you're getting customers, you're getting recognition, you're getting prizes every month, you're building your business, because it means that you're building your foundation for your business, and you're getting invited on trips. And it's something that you want to aim for every month. And for me, it was, if you put it in your mind when you're a very new coach and you tell yourself, I want to hit Success Club every single month, you will. Don't tell yourself you can't, because helping 3 people a month or 3 to 5 people a month with a challenge pack is not hard if you're doing the vital behaviors. So that is what Success Club is. So sharing your life on social media. So I was at a leadership retreat on a couple weeks ago, and we had a call with a top coach, and what she said was, take them through your house. And I thought that was a really cool way to think about it. So you don't always just want to post sweaty selfies and say, yeah, I worked out today, or this and that. You want to take them through your house, and you want to share your life. What are you doing in your kitchen? What are you doing in your living room? What are you doing with your kids? what are you doing with your family? You know, like what are the things that you're doing in your life where people can relate to? Because what you want to do when you're sharing your life is you want to be able to relate to people. You don't want to just post, yeah, I worked out, because good chances that 90% of the people who are watching you aren't working out. So they can't relate to that. They don't understand that. They just think, oh, she's got lots of time, or she or he has lots of time to work out. So that's cool. You know, like they're not going to be able to relate to you. Maybe if you post a picture of, oh, I just did my workout and my kids drove me crazy the whole time, they could probably relate a little bit better to that because your kids are jumping on your back or your dog's in your face, or, you know, like real life stuff is happening. So you really want to think about relating to people when you're sharing your life and, you know, talking about those things that you can really relate to people with. So for me, lots of times I know I share my kids. I share how my 6-year-old daughter is crazy. She's always in my way when I'm trying to do my workouts, and my dog's always in my face when I'm trying to do my workouts. Just have to meet someone. And then, you know, I'm sharing what I'm doing in my kitchen. I'm sharing ideas that I want to make for back to school. You know, I'm just thinking of things that are going to be able to relate to other people. So hopefully that, if you guys have any questions, I can't see the chat at the moment, but I don't think there's anything in there, but you guys can write a question in the chat or unmute yourself. Okay, so recognition is really important. So when you start to get new challengers and new coaches on your team, what you really want to remember is how good it feels to be recognized. And it feels amazing to be recognized for something that you're working hard for, right? So we want to remember that in our challenge groups and with our coaches in our team. So personally for me, what I do is I just create Canva app on your iPhone is a really great app. If you guys want to write that down, it's a really great app to kind of create like recognition pictures. You can do backgrounds and text, and you can plop a photo right on it, and it looks very professional. So for me, every Thursday, what I do is I recognize, I try to remember, I do it, but I always recognize either a coach or a challenger or both. So I recognize the challenger in the challenge group. If it's something that I feel should be to the public, then I'll ask their permission and I'll share that recognition on my wall. Like if it's a big transformation or if it's something that they want me to or don't mind me sharing. If it's a coach on my team, I will share it on my wall, and I will just talk about how amazing they're doing at their business, the goals that they're hitting, the things that they're doing. And it just really builds up their credibility, especially for coaches on your team, because people are still watching them. They're wondering if they're going to succeed. They're wondering, you know, if it's just one of those, you know, things that they're seeing again on social media that they're not going to continue doing. So when, you know, they see other people giving them credibility, it makes a big difference in their business too, which in turn helps your business because everyone's businesses are benefiting from that. You have to remember your team, and recognizing your team is great. It's just like you recognizing, you know, if you're a coach for like a football team and you recognize your players with medals, you know, you're telling them how good they're doing, and it's helping them with their confidence. It's helping them with their credibility, and it's just a really great thing to do. So I would definitely make that a priority. Social media is everything. I'm just gonna have a drink before I talk about this one. So social media, for me, I use a few different platforms. So you want to remember to use your Facebook. Instagram is huge these days, and Facebook business page if you haven't created one yet. And some people use LinkedIn, to be honest. I have a hard time understanding LinkedIn, but I do try to network on there a little bit because it's a professional, it's like a place of professionals. Like most people on there are looking for a career. So it'd be a really great place to go to for looking for team members for you and stuff. But Facebook and Instagram are definitely the big ones. And that's where you are going to get a lot of your challengers and coaches. So it's very important to stay consistent on social media. And I preach this so much to my team about staying consistent with social media. So once you kind of like come out and you're like, I'm a coach now, without saying you're a coach now, but you start to put yourself out there, you start to share your journey, you start to talk to people like your coach, coach, because you are a coach, you have to remember that to continue to build that credibility with people, you have to stay consistent. And if you don't show up, they'll be like, ha, I knew she wouldn't show up, or I knew he wouldn't show up. They quit, or whatever. You know what I mean? So you have to be consistent. No matter, like, sometimes it's so, I totally understand if you can't figure out what you want to post. I get those days too, but I'll just get a recipe off Pinterest, and I'll share something or some sort of like inspirational quote or something about my family, or, you know, like, you just have to stay really consistent so people know that you are trustworthy as a coach, because you just have to think, like, if you've seen someone post on social media all this stuff and then you didn't see them again forever, like for like 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden they came back, you'd be like, well, would they do that with me? If I was their challenger or their client or their coach, would they talk to me 3 weeks and then they'd not talk to me again for 3 weeks later? Like, is that how that personality would be portrayed? So you want to remember that, and you want to be extremely reliable to your audience so that they're going to trust you when they do decide to join your challenge group or your team. So staying consistent is a big, big, big important one. I'm telling you guys, it makes all the difference. I see it in lots of coaches where they're like, post something and then they don't post something, and then they share stuff that's like doesn't really contribute to their business much, and it loses them credibility a lot. So, you know, even like sharing like things that don't benefit your business, it's not going to move your business forward. Now, for me anyways, I think of my social media as my business window. So, like, you know, when you're window shopping and you're like looking at all the pretty things and you're like, oh, that's nice, I'd have that. You have to think of your social media that way, so that people, when they're watching you, when they go to your page or your Instagram page or your Facebook page and they're watching you, they're going to think, oh, wow, she's very consistent. What does she do? And Jamie always says, like, when you go to your page, can you tell that you're a coach? Can you tell that you are what you're doing? If your page is full of like shared quotes and videos and stuff, like, no one's going to have a clue that what you do or what you're doing. So you have to stay very consistent about, you know, sharing that you can help people, so that when they go and look through your stuff, they're going to know that right away. They're not going to search forever down your newsfeed through all the stuff that's, you know, doesn't serve them. So just treat your social media like it is a job, because it really is. It is a real job. It earns people real money, and you have to think about it that way. You're being a CEO in your own business. So Emerald is definitely the first goal that you want to reach, and that is U+2. It's very simple. And that's very simple. If you tell yourself it's very simple, if you tell yourself it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. It's all in your mindset. But Emerald, for me, was very simple. For me, it was my husband and my mom, and I was an Emerald coach, and I was earning eligible to earn the volume, and I was getting the team volume. So when you're an Emerald coach, and you hit Success Club, you start to get the team volume that comes in, which is a little bit of extra income again, right? So all of these things are contributing to building your business and building your income, especially in the long run. So from going from Emerald to Diamond, you know, that's an important step you want to take too. So Emerald is U+2. Diamond is U+8. And then 2 of them have to be an Emerald. And it sounds like a lot, but it's not. I went from Emerald to Diamond in 12 days. And if I can do that, and I was terrified I was an introvert. Guys, I'm telling you, I was an introvert. I was terrified of social media. I did not want to put myself out there. I had gone through a lot of stuff in my life prior to that where I was labeled a victim, and people didn't look at me like a leader or a coach or someone that could help them, because I frankly didn't even know how to help myself at that point, right? So, but I wanted it bad, and I knew I could do it. And so that's where personal development comes in. And that's where doing these programs comes in. And that's where being a product of the product comes in. Because if you're doing all those things, it just happens. And if you're inviting, you have to invite, which is probably the next slide. Why fuel list? So I'm not sure if you guys were provided with this or not. If you're not, I'll make a note and make sure that you guys all have it, or it's put in the team page. So you want to remember your why. And for me, what I do is I have vision boards everywhere in my office, and I have a why fuel list, and it reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, you know, there's a sheet that you guys, I think you might have to be able to print out. I'm not sure if you have it or not, but you can print it out. It's on Crush It Fitness. It's a sheet and it has little blocks, so little squares, and it has like little things where you can put in little whys of your life and why you're coaching. So, you know, get that and fill that out. And remember that those are the things that are driving you to live a larger life. Live a life with more, you know, purpose and potential. And whatever you're doing to coach, whether it's finances, just being able to help people, staying accountable, whatever it is, you need to write it down. Even if it's not on this list, you need to have it in front of you so that you can always be reminded why you're doing this, because that's so important. People forget their why so much, and then they lose track and they don't know what they're doing. And oh, there's a message here. Okay, yes, it's in the training group. There you go. Thank you. I knew he would. I have it on my own thing, so I wasn't sure. So you guys want to remember that, right? You want to print that out and you want to do that because it's really, really important to do. And it's really important to remember your why, because that is what's going to drive you. For me, you know, it's like, you know, it stems a lot from my past and what I've been through and why I decided to coach. It's to help my family financially. It's to make sure that I never go backwards in my health and fitness goals. It's to make sure that I don't, you know, go back into depression. All of those things is why I continue to coach, because I know that coaching has helped me be a real better human being. And that's for real, because it pushes me every day to do those things. And if I didn't coach, there's no way I'd still do my workouts every day or do personal development every day or listen to the amazing community of people that we have to push us every day, you know? So just make sure you do the why fuel list. It's really important. Your first win, you need to celebrate that, and you need to, you know, share that with your coach and share that with your little team that you will start to grow, and just be really proud of that, and take it all in and really just be grateful for it, right? Because it's the most, I can remember when I was a very baby coach, when I just started and I sold my very first challenge pack, or I would sell my very first challenge packs, I was so excited. I don't know if you guys have sold a challenge pack yet or not, but when you do, you're going to feel so excited. It's going to drive you like into just even more excitement. Like I'd be messaging people all night. My friends were always so mad because I was just always like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I'm going to help someone, right? Like, how good does it feel to be able to set someone up with something that's changed our lives? So that's how you have to think about it. You know, like when you're inviting people, don't feel bad about inviting people. I'm going to go, I don't know where the inviting thing is, so I'll just talk about it. But when you're inviting, don't feel bad about that. What I tell my team and what I tell people who ask me or whatever is that inviting is like, it's selfish not to invite people, because I'll tell you my story. I messaged Jamie. I was like going through a lot of stuff and I was like really unhappy. So I was like, oh, I might be interested in your program, but I wasn't really interested in I wanted to change, but I wasn't really interested in the program. But I was like now a red flag. I was like now like a you know, like a hello, like I was like one of those people that he was gonna follow up with. And I did not want to join. I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I could do it because I had failed at things so many times in the past. But if it wasn't for him annoying me so much that I just said, fine, I'll do it. I'll try. I wouldn't be where I am today. So that's how I feel when I invite people. I'm like, I honestly I know how annoyed I was right before I actually finished my enrollment. And I know that I needed it. I know that I needed that push. And if I didn't have that little bit of a push and I didn't have someone believing in me and saying that they could help me do and reach my goals, I wouldn't be here today and I wouldn't have tried the program. So just remember that when you're inviting people. It's very important. Team calls, very important too, okay? So make sure that you guys try to get on all the team calls you can. If not, watch the recording the next day. There's always a ton of valuable information and you're gonna learn a lot. you know, try not to miss them, because the team calls every Thursday night, you know, people put a lot of thought and time into those team calls to make sure everyone has the most valuable information they can. And so it's very respectful, and it's very good for your business when you guys come on the team calls. If you can't make it because of sports or something, you know, it's totally understandable. Just try to watch the recording, because there is so much value that will drive your business forward in those team calls. Okay, you guys are probably all in the training. If you're not in the training, you will be in the new training, which starts next month. Make sure you go through step by step. I think it's only like one post a day. It's not very much. It's just, it's kind of walks you through everything that you need to do to set up your business right. It talks about kind of all the things we're talking about right now, but a little bit more detailed, like how to set up your EFT payment, how to set up your online business, your website, all of those things get set up so you can receive like leads and stuff. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to that training. Save the group as a favorite, so that you get the notifications. And it's very important training. It's important to do the training. It really is, because it's just very valuable information, right? Like our team has so much valuable training that other teams don't provide, that we should be extremely grateful that we have like that much, you know, that much stuff to go off of to build a business from. Like everything has been duplicated and made for everyone to succeed, and it's pretty amazing. Oh, well, does anyone have any questions? Because I think the slides are done. Do you want to, you can put questions in the chat.
Hi, can I ask a question? Sorry. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Today I caught on to Liz's today. I don't know if you saw the one at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
And I asked a question at the end, only because I was at work and I didn't get to hear the whole thing. And I'm going to ask you the same question. I look at my Facebook, and then I try to figure out, or my Instagram, and I try to figure out, who do you ask to be like friends, or do you follow? How do you grow your circle of friends or people that you're trying to, you know, like your avatars, or like do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So with Facebook, it's a little bit, it's easier with Instagram, because you can actually search your like certain hashtags. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna cut off the recording here.